What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be jumping into my full overview of the Vosteed Corsair. Let's get into it. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to go through size comparisons. We'll check the weight, and then we'll jump into my thoughts and impressions on this one. Let's kick it off with a couple of budget knives. Here it is against the Remet Rhinoceros. I am really enjoying this one a lot. You can see that the Corsair is just slightly larger. And then here it is against the Civivi Praxis. I do like this size comparison against the Rhinoceros. I think that really kind of helps it put into perspective how, this is a medium. Not quite a medium, it's medium. Actually, or is it? Let's check. Let's go ahead and move the Rhinoceros out of the way, and let's grab my definite medium comparison knife. That is going to be the Benchmade Bug Out. So you can see the Bug Out is actually just a little bit longer from the pivot on both length and handle. No, blade length is the same. Handle length, it's microscopic, so we're going to go ahead and call it a medium. Here it is against a fuller size TRM Atom. You can see the Atom's a little bit longer. And a couple more comparisons just to help everyone out there depending on what you have. Here it is against the Para 3, and you can see it's a little bit longer than the Para 3. It's a little deceptive because the Para 3 has that curve going on, but it is just barely longer. And then the blade length, because I think this is 3.25 and the blade length on the Para 3, oh, I didn't bring the large one out, is going to be 3 inches. Here it is with the Shaman, which we probably already knew, right? The Shaman's going to be bigger overall. Let's do some profile comparisons against those smaller medium knives so you can get an idea just how thin or thick this one is. Here it is against the Para 3, and those are the applied weapon tech scales, which I don't think added any thickness, so I'm going to say they're about the same. The Bug Out is going to be thinner. It always is. The Bug Out is so thin. And against the Rhinoceros, I'm going to say is slightly thicker because it's the micarta sitting on the steel liner. So that should be everything. Let's grab the scale, which is way back here for some reason today. I think I had to move it out of the way because I had so much stuff on the table. Probably coming in around 3 ounces. Yeah, 2.9. It feels lightweight in hand. I mean, I feel like 3 ounces is lightweight for me. You guys may not agree, but technically it's coming in under that 3 ounce mark. Not bad. All right, thoughts and impressions. First, I like the micarta on this. It's got some grip to it without being overdone. Very nice texturing to it. I like it a lot. I like these little lines here, and I love that the cutout for the reversible pocket clip is down some because it's smooth all around the edges. So if you can't do a insert here, like a little pin for the pocket clip, filler tab, that's the word I'm looking for, JD. That's the word I'm looking for. And it is reversible. This is the way to do it, though, because you don't feel this at all, not when it's in hand, not when it's in the other hand. So I think this is the way to go if you are trying to keep costs down, which I get, and you don't want to use that filler tab. One standoff, simple construction, and then they take the liners and thread them, so you need to be very careful during assembly and disassembly with this one, because it's actually threaded into the liner, which usually is not that thick of a piece of liner that these two smaller screws go into. Then you just have the T8 pivot screw with the T6 hardware everywhere. You have a stonewash stainless steel fold over pocket clip. Doesn't ride quite deep carry, but that's about all that you have hanging out once you put it in the pocket. Not very much. I'm okay with that, actually. Ergonomically, though, my one complaint is if I want to sit back, is I immediately like trying to squeeze my fingers on there. I feel like I'm just going to fall off the back of this knife. It hits right about there underneath when I'm holding it in hand. What I do like about it though is it gives a little place here for you to kind of choke up. Not really trigger grip, but it's flat enough to kind of get up there. And then for me, my thumb lands in a good spot right out here in the middle of the blade. So good control and detail work. Or if I want, I can just get right up against that edge and kind of hang off a little bit. And then I can get a good gorilla grip on there, and I feel like I'm a little bit better secure on the knife without being too close to the blade's edge, and then I can do those push cuts really nicely. What else do I want to cover over here on ergos? Oh, it is reduced weight because the liners, is it going to pick it up? There you go. The liners have those milling circles in them. Let me get up here a little bit. I think you guys can see that. I definitely can see that. These are a little bit, no, they're the same size. Why isn't it coming up? There you go. You can definitely see them there. Had to work for that one. I like the little brass pivot collar on this one. I personally like the green a little bit better. I like the greens on the micarta more so than the browns. In most cases, there's a couple of exceptions with that smooth burlap micarta. Giant Mouse had it, and it was on the Sikoke. The Sikoke wasn't as smooth. I smoothed that over, but I liked that a lot. I thought that looked good. But I think the Sikoke was like a pea green. I don't think that was brown. I think the brown is smooth micarta on the Sikoke, but I'm getting distracted here. The studs on the crossbar lock are very proud, very easy to get to, and this one here has no adjustment on the crossbar lock that I can see. I could be wrong. Nope, it's there. Sorry, it's really hard to see. It's kind of far back. I definitely am going to need the flashlight for that. The pins are right. Damn, where in the world? I'm trying to get that angle. There they are. Right there. And I'm hoping that the camera is focusing. I'm at a bad angle. When I have to stretch like this, can't quite see over top of it, but they're there. It has, I noticed that Kaiser Vosteed O knife, and I even saw it on the Maverick from Tactile Knife. They're moving to that 3-pin adjustment, and I think that's plenty of range. I don't think you need, I think those are good enough tweaks to where it makes a difference. And I can't see inside the hole, but if I had to guess, I'm going to guess it's in the middle hole, and that is plenty. This thing has, I mean, you can fail it. You can fail any crossbar lock if you really try. But if you're just putting your thumb on it and you're giving it a flick, just flick it out. It'll open just fine. Now, my complaint is because it does feel kind of heavy on the close, because it's a smaller knife, there's just not a lot of movement here. So it, like at first I'm kind of banging it, and then I remember that I just need to give it less effort to close it and to release that bar and time that, and I can kind of close it pretty easily. Or you can just pull it back, let it fall, bounce, and then release it. It's gonna close. You can flick this one, but it's, again, because it's a smaller knife, not because it's hard to do. A little hard to get that reverse flick. I prefer the thumb flick on this one a lot. Now, it has Nitro V on here. Nitro V is very similar to 14C28N as far as edge retention, corrosive resistance, toughness, and I'm missing one. They're very, very similar steels. I think there's something on this one that makes it tougher but doesn't hold the edges long. So it has that strength that's going to prevent it from chipping off and breaking as easy as 14C28N, but it won't hold the edge quite as long. But it's like very negligible, the difference. Like, it'd be very hard to tell from what I understand. I've only had a few Nitro V knives, and they seem fine. I like them. They seem to hold the edge, like I said, comparable to 14C28N. Very slicey knife. Came with a great edge from the factory. I did test it on a little bit of cardboard, so I'm not, oh, there you go. Nitro V performing really well. Oh, okay, so maybe you can see a little bit where I tested on the cardboard. Let's see here. Yeah, you can definitely tell. But again, not awful. I think this would strop right back up. Yeah. Did I catch I think I caught the fuller. Oh, and now I'm not holding the paper really well. Nope. Where is it catching? Right there. Yeah. Yep. I'm curious. Let me grab the strop. Let me grab the strop and probably a fresh sheet of paper. Oh, get back over here. What's in here? Is this a packing slip? Does it have any information on it? Vosteed Mayhem. Yep, it does. That's okay. I have more paper though. So I'm going to jump ahead to the end of this. All right. We got a fresh paper and I did about 8 on either side. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that came right back. Wow. That came right back. No ifs or ands about it. Nice. That's what I like about Nitro V, 14C28N, S30V. Pick another steel, Jorge. What else you got in there? I don't really know. I'm missing something though. What did I say? 14C28N, Nitro V, 154CM, VG10, S30V for sure, 9CR, all of those. Really easy to strap back. I like those a lot. And this, I'll link this down there below. You can pick these up. This is the Work Sharp Field Sharpener, and it has guides and everything on it in case you're nervous about maintaining your knife. I would recommend that you get a little clay bar just to take across that leather. Mine's kind of feeling wore out, and I don't know if they sell replacements, but this is so affordable, I'll probably just pick up a new one. But I mean, it did the job. I mean, no issues whatsoever. Steel performance is really good. Now, the price on these are coming in, if I recall correctly, coming in at $69. So I am going to make an alternative recommendation. I got 2 of them. I got a few of them. I lied. I got 3. So coming in at under $50, you have the Miguron Moyorl. This one here is a thumb hole deployment knife, which is a little bit nicer for the flicking. A little bit more chunkier, and this one is coming with 14C28N, which I would say is comparable to the Nitro V. As you can see here, it is exactly the same length as the Vosteed Corsair. And my other alternative recommendation from the budget realm for under 60 bucks is going to be the Remet Rhinoceros. And the Remet Rhinoceros is coming in at like 56 bucks at the time of this video, a little bit shorter, but because it has this, the way that the scale's done on here, it has excellent ergos, just like the Moyorl. The Moyorl I can actually choke up on and have tons of room left over. Like, it has a fantastic choil on it, and then the Rhinoceros is the same way. Even though I have big hands, I mean, the way that it's designed is really nice, very comfortable, so really good alternatives. I do like this button lock because it actually has a detent on it, so it helps keep it locked closed to open. And then the way the plunge lock works here, it's actually locked out pretty stiff, so if you try to just like close it, you see what I'm saying, like it's a controlled lock, because the way the detent is on this one, it pushes that knife out, so it kind of locks it in place a little bit more. And then it has like the stop pins and the plunge lock on it that are all kind of acting like reinforcements. So when you're pushing in, it's pushing against all 3 of those contact points, and I feel like that just gives it a little bit more rigidity. Now, for one other alternative recommendation, because you're basically at 70 bucks without any type of sale or discount code, I am going to recommend the Kubi Tidius. This one's 14C28N. This one is a full-size knife, and you get titanium handles that are milled, which I really like this because I've seen it for a while now around 100 bucks. So you're talking $30 more to get titanium, plus it's a bigger knife, so kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. But I really like this. I am actually a fan of crossbar locks. I like them a lot. I have the Maverick, I have the Bug Out, I have had a couple of Kung Woos that have crossbar locks that are premium. I've had the Deca, I've had the K320 from Ho. Wonderful knives. I like crossbar locks. They've performed very well. I would say out of all the ones that I've had, probably 10% spring failure. This one and the Deca had spring failure, and I just bought the extra springs and put them in myself because the steel strings I buy are like 30% stronger than the factory springs. So I like those a lot. Having said that, though, these feel like those stronger springs. So I don't know that you have to worry about that on the Corsair. I really like the blade shape. I like the size. It's a great EDC, especially right now for summertime. This is a great carry for summertime. I really like it a lot. I think it's really cool. Good size, medium to large hands, or even, you know, I have definitely very large hands, and again, just choking up slightly on here. This is going to be great for summer carry. If I want something light in the pants, I'm going extra minimal because it's hot and I don't want a bunch of stuff on me. This is a great option. I could even see it potentially being like a pouch carry. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely would. It would max out for sure, but it would be a good pouch carry. Like, I feel like that would fit in a Data Crew What a Slide. I can't speak for the Garage Gear, Built Gear Mighty Pouch Plus, because I think that one's a little shorter, I think. But what do you think about the Corsair? Do you like this one? They have, I forgot to mention, it looks like they have, and I'll share it on screen, they have the all black handle. It doesn't say what type it is, but all of them have the brass or copper bronze. I'd say the brass. That looks like a brass accent collar. But they have the black, and I'll have this linked down below for you. I'll put it in the description, and then I've been trying to go as they post and put the actual link in the first comment there and pin it up. I may be a day or two behind. I try to do that like the next day after it posts, the very latest, but I'll try to link them to both places for you so you can use my link to go in and buy it, and it does help the channel a little bit. I can use the funds to buy other knives for review, and then I usually offer them to followers and subscribers first. I post something to let you guys know so that you can get dibs on them, and if not, I'll sell them out. And again, I do that just using the funds all to buy stuff for new content. I do not hang on to a ton of knives. I actually keep my collection down really slim so that I can keep bringing in the content. I like this black wash blade with the green micarta. That one really speaks to me, and I also really like the blue. So those are my two favorite, but those are all the same prices. And it's a great looking knife. I definitely can easily recommend it, and would love to hear what you guys think about this one down in the comments. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, the comments, that is subscribed. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, peace.